Hi, hello guys, hope you are all doing great. Welcome to my YouTube channel, everything is 0 and 1. OnePlus Nord CE 3 Lite 5G, the best budget 5G smartphone? It hasn't been too long since OnePlus entered the mid-range segment of the market with its Nord series of phones. Since its entry, we have seen strong growth for the company in this segment, with the more expensive Nord and the slightly affordable Nord CE Lite range of phones selling like hotcakes across the country. Nord CE 3 Lite 5G, which despite being similar to the last generation CE2 Lite in some areas, is a decent upgrade on the device. OnePlus Nord CE 3 Lite 5G, design and display. From the in-hand feel of the phone to how the back panel looks and the feedback of the physical buttons on the side of the device, there's nothing to not like about the OnePlus Nord CE 3 Lite 5G's design. Except, of course, for the massive lens enclosures at the back. But like I've said above, apart from this, everything else is just okay with the OnePlus Nord CE 3 Lite 5G's design. There's little to complain about the display also. While it's not the brightest, the most color accurate or the most vibrant of panels you'd find on a phone in the segment, the Nord CE 3 Lite 5G's display still does the trick. It's good for watching movies and shows and offers decent color accuracy, contrast ratios, and a typical peak brightness of 535 nits to help the panel reproduce accurate visuals not only inside a dark room but also when you are on the move and using the phone's panel that's exposed to harsh sunlight. This is a 6.72-inch FHD Plus panel that can handle fast refresh rates up to 120 Hz across 6 different stops, between 30 to 120 Hz, so it's good both in terms of size and also specs for games, watching movies, playing TV shows and also scrolling the web. OnePlus Nord CE 3 Lite, performance and battery. At the heart of the device is Qualcomm's Snapdragon 695 SoC. This is a 5G chip that supports pretty much all the 5G bands that you'd need for connecting to high-speed mobile internet connections. Interestingly, it's also the same chip that we had on the OnePlus Nord CE 2 Lite 5G. This 6nm chip features an octa-core CPU with a maximum clock speed of 2.2 GHz. There's also an Adreno 619 GPU for graphics. All these combine to ensure that day-to-day tasks such as calling, texting, social media, and multitasking work smoothly on the phone. Benchmarks also threw up decent results with the CPU throttling test showing the phone only throttling to 83% of its peak performance after 15 minutes, which is not bad for a sub-20K phone. Other benchmarks like Antutu and Geekbench also performed decently well on the phone, with scores just about on par with competing devices. Gaming was also surprisingly smooth on the device, with Asphalt 9 Legends and Call of Duty Mobile both running at high graphics and high frame rate settings on the device. But one important thing to note here is that the OnePlus Nord CE 3 Lite 5G runs Android 13 out of the box with Oxygen OS 13.1 on top. The company is offering 2 major updates of Oxygen OS and 3 years of security updates on the Nord CE 3 Lite 5G. In terms of user experience, this UI offers all that you want from a mid-range phone and keeps things simple and clean while doing so. Battery performance is good on the device, with the OnePlus Nord CE 3 Lite 5G housing a 5000 mAh battery with support for an upgraded 67W fast charging. Thanks to the energy-efficient chipset and software, the device is quite efficient with battery management in day-to-day use. We easily got a day's use for moderate use. And even when the battery ran out of charge, we could charge it back to the brim in about 40 minutes. OnePlus Nord CE 3 Lite 5G, cameras. Cameras are arguably one of the strong points of the OnePlus Nord CE 3 Lite 5G. And this is majorly down to the fact that the phone features a triple rear camera setup consisting of a 108-megapixel primary lens. This lens has been paired with a 2-megapixels macro lens, and a 2-megapixels depth camera. It clicks well-detailed shots with a good amount of detail and color accuracy thanks to the supporting computational algorithm for the camera module. In the daytime, it pulls plenty of detail and lets shots shine with good dynamic range. And even in low light, the results are good as the primary lens on the Nord CE 3 Lite 5G manages to pull in plenty of light and also detail. There is little noise and the shutter speed is also decent in low light. There's also a 16-megapixel selfie shooter that's been given some extra tricks up its sleeve courtesy of the camera software on the phone. OnePlus Nord CE 3 Lite 5G, verdict. This is a well-rounded device, which may not stand out from the crowd, but it does hold its own against the competition when it comes to performance in key areas. The only matter of concern is if the device's chipset, the Snapdragon 695 SoC, will be able to hold its own in years to come and leave the device looking a bit too underpowered in front of phones that may launch not only a year from now but even the ones that we see entering the market in a few months.